What a beautiful afternoon on Fifth Avenue. This is the 79th Greek Independence Day Parade, and we are so proud and happy to bring this broadcast to you. Archbishop Demetrius is joining us here, and also we have several of the Grand Marshals. I happen to be one of them, and I'm very excited about that. Philip Christopher is also a Grand Marshal, the Boy Scouts of America, and Colonel Bogdanos of New York. And so many dignitaries are joining us on this wonderful day. Nick Gregory really corrected himself, and he said, I think it's going to be a great day. Nick, it's a beautiful day. It worked out perfectly for us. We've got a group of people here who are very enthusiastic. Blue and white are the colors, and you're going to see a sea of this color throughout Fifth Avenue today. We have so much entertainment. We have so much excitement going on. And, you know, we're really prepared for this because they work on this all year long. There are more than 40 floats. 200,000 people gather here. This is the largest Greek-American parade outside of Athens. It's a very exciting day for so many. Photographers are here. Your Eminence, nice to see you. Look at the faces of all the people who have come out here today. Most importantly, you're going to be seeing a lot of families, a lot of young children who are very enthusiastic and excited to be part of this day. There's culture, there's music, there's entertainment. There's so much to bring you in this live broadcast. We've got a terrific staff of people, and I'm getting ready to come up to the broadcast booth right now. So let the 79th Annual Greek-American Parade begin. Greece, the cradle of civilization and the birthplace of democracy. A land of picturesque vistas and a land rich in family tradition. The Greek Independence Day Parade commemorates the 179th anniversary of Greek independence from Ottoman rule, tyranny, and oppression. It is a celebration of Hellenic identity, an opportunity for those of Greek heritage to express and promote their culture and achievements to the world. This year's parade honors the 100th anniversary of the Boy Scouts, as well as the brave men and women in the armed services. The parade is hosted by the Federation of Hellenic Societies of Greater New York. So join us today on Fifth Avenue, a celebration of this glorious land and her people.
This is the My 9 79th Annual Greek Independence Day Parade.
Are we excited to be here today? I'm Ernie Gadassis along with
Nicole Petalides live here at the 79th Annual Greek Independence Day Parade. Thank you for having me here
it's so
with you.
great to have you with us this year.
What a great group of people that we have here to honor. Of course, our own Ernie Gadassis is a Grand Marshal today, along with the other Grand Marshals. You were walking with them, Philip Christopher, and also Colonel Matthew Bogdanos, and the Boy Scouts of America, celebrating several anniversaries.
It's one of those wonderful days, and you know, we have Nick Gregory to thank in many ways, because he said this is going to be an okay day. Turned out to be a fantastic day, and I know he knew that. Nick, how are you doing?
It's gorgeous, Nick. Thank you.
Oh, well, listen, I'm just the messenger, but, you know, it's a definite beautiful day here. Sunshine, clouds, a little fresh breeze, but that'll just keep the marchers with that in-step march as they come up Fifth Avenue today. It's a great day to be Greek-American. It's a great day to be a New Yorker, and a great day to be in the United States as well. So we've got a wonderful couple of hours here for you. We're going to be seeing some beautiful costumes, some great entertainment will be coming up, and again, also we'll be getting a chance to see a little bit of a flavor of what it's like to be Greek. This parade has a lot of memories for me. I actually first marched in this parade when I was about 5 years old, and I know what a thrill it was for me then and what a thrill it is for a lot of our young people here today. Well, to help guarantee that the weather was going to be great, look who I brought along with me. I brought Mike Woods. Mike, we're going to call you Mike Woodopoulos today.
All right, I love the Woodopoulos tag here. Thank you very much, Nick, and it is going to be a great day out here. As a matter of fact, you know, the parade is just now getting underway. This is my first year being a part of the Greek Independence Day Parade, and it's fantastic. I've got friends stopping by already. We have Harry Wilson with us here, running for comptroller. Good morning. Looks like a great day, right?
It's a fantastic day. It's great to see the support for the Greek American community in New York City.
Absolutely, and that's what you're out here for with the parade. Now, this is my first parade, and I understand you speak Greek?
Yes, I do. It's my first language.
Okay, very good. So can you teach me a little something? Because I think I'm going to need a little help.
Sure. I think if you say kalisperasas, means good day. That'll carry you far. Or tikanis is another way to introduce yourself.
So like Kalisparis, New York. Good day, New York.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Very good. Harry Wilson. Okay, very good. Thank you so much for joining us, and all the best to you.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Enjoy. Is this your family right here?
Two of my daughters, Alexandra and Victoria. I have two more at home with my wife.
All right, very good. Well, thanks for coming on out here, gals. Enjoy the day. All right, Yeah, Greek Independence Day. All right, we're going to send it over to you there, Nicole.
Hey, Mike Woods, I'm impressed with
He
your
was
Greek.
good.
Wasn't he good?
Yeah.
See that? I like that.
Paragalo.
Woodsopolis, I like it. Well, so far it's been a beautiful day. We have the sunshine here. We're going to be seeing the Evzones shortly, the Presidential Guard. They wear the traditional costumes, and you can see them with the fustanella, this pleated skirt.
As you know, Nicole, we see this so often. This is so part of our culture. In fact, I remember as a young boy, I would wear the outfit, the Evzones, when we were appearing at various Greek plays and church events. These, as you know, are the marching soldiers. They perform a combination of traditional dance and military marching. And look how tall they are. They've got to be at least 6 feet tall for this.
It's gorgeous. I want to, by the way, next year, and I've watched you, Ernie, do this parade, and it's my first one to be sitting here with you. But I've heard you talk about wearing that costume. Next year, we want to see a picture of Ernie
my goodness.
in his costume when he was a little boy. I think you owe us that, because every year you come on here, and every person in New York certainly watches you, and they'd like to see you in that costume.
You can imagine when I was about 10 years old, the kidding that I got from the rest of the guys who were not Greek. Wearing that skirt, right?
Well, it's beautiful, and it has more than 300 folds in it to represent all the years of oppression. So
you must have also dressed for Greek Independence Day, right? Because there's a traditional costume for young ladies.
I came often with my family when I was little.
Right.
I marched with the Penn Cyprian Association of America with Philip Christopher, who's a Grand Marshal here today, and my mom. And I remember coming. I didn't wear the costumes, but we were always here to celebrate our heritage and our forefathers. And it just is so nice with the culture and the food and the family, and that's for any group and any ethnicity.
It's a big family day, and there are so many lovely faces out there. As I started to walk up Fifth Avenue, I could see so many families, so many young children who were just smiling, waving their flags, and ready for all the coverage here of the 79th Greek Independence Day Parade. Nicole and I will be back right after these messages. Keep it right here, and Zito Yalas.
This portion of the Greek Independence Day Parade is brought to you by the John and Margot Katsumatidis Family Foundation.
Join us on Saturday, May 8th at the New York Marriott Marquis in Times Square for the 19th Annual Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund Gala, honoring business leader and philanthropist James Orphanides and CSI star George Eads. Performing will be Greek singing superstar Katie Garby, and back to the 50s and 60s with the legendary Shirelles as we award over $100,000 to some of the brightest Greek American students in the country. For tickets, visit www.htsf.org or call 212-986-6881.
This is the My 9 79th Annual Greek Independence Day Parade.
It is a star-studded event, the New York Greek American Parade. This is the largest parade outside of Greece. We're expecting about 200,000 people here on Fifth Avenue. We have just heard our national anthem. They are preparing now to play there it is, the Greek national anthem. Let's listen in. The Greek national anthem.
Beautiful. That was beautiful to see both the United States of America flag side by side with the Greek flag.
And Nicole, I'll bet you know that by heart, don't you? Do you know
I know
the
them
Greek national
both.
anthem?
I know them both. Is he good or what?
Yeah.
Is he good? And we're
Work on
talking
it.
about, obviously, our Independence Day from the year 1821, where we had the revolution of the Greeks within the Ottoman Empire. It lasted from 1821 to 1932. We had the Treaty of Constantinople, as my family would say it, and we watched that also. That was back in the, let's see the year of that one. That one was 1832, so
Well,
we're
obviously,
really looking back.
you know, Nicole, we know that there's a long history here, great tradition, and the Greek people are certainly proud of their heritage and what they have brought to the world in the areas of politics, and medicine, science, and athletics. We know about the Olympics, but there are so many different aspects of the culture that are being represented here today, and perhaps, you know, the biggest thing is our Greek churches, because they are the center of the Greek life here in the United States that so many of our family, you know, worked so hard to foster. And when my grandparents came here in 1914, not too far from here on Ellis Island, they came, as you know, and your family as well, with a dream for a better life and to provide for their children and their loved ones.
It's unbelievable when we look back at our heritage, and my parents immigrated here as well. Back to the churches, back to the family, back to the culture, all of these things that they're not only Greek values, but I think that they're really family values in general, just talking about education and having civic responsibility and your culture and your heritage and having respect for that and your forefathers and your grandparents and really enjoying what they have to teach you, because they have a lot to teach you, and then they're gone.
And you know, all of that history, Nicole, that you're talking about really makes sense. And there are so many role models, particularly with our young people. They look to people like, as you know, Governor Michael Takis of Massachusetts, who has achieved national prominence and recognition, nominated for the presidency of the United States. And we have other people. In fact, I was just with Senator Paul Sarbanes. He is just a terrific man who's got such a great history of contributions to this country. And then, of course, there's Pete Sampras from, you know, the world of sports, and Olympia Dukakis and Telly Savalas. Speaking of Telly Savalas, by the way, his daughter, Ariana, will be performing live for us here today, so we're very excited about that.
I can't wait. She is absolutely gorgeous. She is as kind as she is beautiful and talented, and we're going to hear her singing later today. So we have a slew of Greeks that we're going to be focusing on. Of course, we're watching all of this today. We've seen the Greek flag, which has the blue and white stripes. I was reading that it has 9 stripes. There were a couple of theories behind it. One was that it stands for the 9 syllables, Eleftheria y Thanatos, freedom or death, which is 9 syllables. And it can also mean the blue seas with the white waves, right? So I like that as well.
I have my flag right here, and I can wave that proudly, because what we're doing right now, when we come back on camera, I'll show you my little flag. Someone was very kind enough to give this to me today as I was walking along the parade route. Can you see my flag when you come out here? Look at this. Isn't that pretty?
Eleftheria y Thanatos, Eleftheria y Thanatos.
And Sito Ielas. We have a special guest, don't we? John Katzimatidis. John Katzimatidis, I think so many of you know, is a distinguished businessman in New York City, Gristides, Red Apple Corporation, and so many different entrepreneur programs. John, you are one of the architects of this parade. I remember when we first got it started, and you're chairman of this committee. You've done a great job. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you, but so many people work on the parade. I can't take full credit. There's people working on it for 3-4 months to put this thing on. And you guys do a great job. You make all of us proud. And welcome to the parade, Nicole.
Oh, John Katzimatidis, you're so nice, and I'm so happy to be here with you as well. You know, when I think about you, I look at you as a man who came and emigrated here from Greece, and here you are. You have a beautiful family. We know your wife Margot and your children, of course, and you have so many businesses, everything from filling stations to the Gristides to real estate, and yet you always manage to remember your heritage, where you came from, and you find it important to continue to really work hard. I mean, you're the main man for this. We know there's hundreds of people who kill themselves for this, but you do it. How do you do it? Where do you find it within you?
First of all, you make rules in your life. You always make time for your friends. You make time for your community. You make time for your church. But like I said, we have so many people involved. And, you know, just to put on this television production, all the sponsorships involved. and you'll be interviewing most of them. And
We will. John, tell us, as far as, the significance of this parade. I mean, we know we've talked about our family being here, but as you look at this every year, and we've been doing this now for several years, and you get the feedback from those people who have watched it on television and those people who have come to the parade, what do they tell you about the meaning of what this is for them?
well, the fact that we put it on Channel 9 and on Fox, and so many more people, hundreds of thousands of people are able to see it from their homes, people that can't get to the parade. That's what really gets them excited. That's what they've been telling me all along. And we have a float there later on. We have a special guest today, President Nixon's daughter, Tricia Nixon.
And congratulations are in order too, by the way, John.
Congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
We know that your daughter is now engaged. Your daughter, Andrea, is now engaged to Chris Cox, who is the grandson of President Richard Nixon and the son of Tricia and Ed Cox.
And the Greeks always remind that her father, President Nixon, picked the Greek vice president.
That's right, Spiro Agnew.
That's right.
You know what, John? We're happy for you in many ways. We also are happy because you have the Hellenic Times Scholarship Dance that's coming up, and that's a huge event every year. More than 2,000 people are there, and this year is going to be a star-studded event as well.
Yes, it is. We have over 1,500 people. We give away hundreds of thousands of scholarships to deserving kids, and that's what it's all about. Is we give back to the community.
It's unbelievable. You've given over $1.7 million. We see the Boy Scouts coming here as well. These are part of our Grand Marshals today, celebrating not one but two anniversaries. The 50th anniversary of the Boy Scouts of the Eastern Orthodox Committee on Scouting, as well as the 100th anniversary of the Scouts, the Cubs, the Girl Scouts, and the Brownies.
They're all wonderful organizations, and James Ananasatos, who is also one of the Grand Marshals, he is here joining us. We've got the Scoutmaster of the Boy Scout Troop, 715 in Brooklyn. This is an exciting day for them. And I have some history with the Boy Scouts, because back at the cathedral, Father Eugene Pappas, if you recall, was one of the priests there, and I was a communicant back in the late 70s, and he said, I'm going to start a Boy Scout troop here, and I want you to be the Scoutmaster. I said, well, Father, I've been a Boy Scout. I was in the Cub Scouts as well. He said, no. He said, you're the guy. So for a short time, I was the Scoutmaster of this troop at the cathedral, and had a great time, and it's a terrific organization.
It is terrific, and their principles, which we can all respect, their principles are self-reliance, honor, and virtue. And I know that you guys have both lived by those principles, and those are principles that all of our families would respect.
And
any family
John lives
in
by
America.
be prepared as well, right, John?
Always be prepared.
John, there was some talk. We're going to take one more minute of your time. I know that everyone has asked you about whether you're going to run one day for mayor of New York, and that's always come up, and it's appropriate that we ask you that question on this bright, sunny day.
Well, it's a beautiful day, and if Mayor Bloomberg doesn't run for a fourth term, I will consider it.
He will consider
there
it.
You go.
I think we just broke news, Ernie, right there. John Katzendidi's still considering a political career. Congratulations. By the way, I do have the Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund invitation here. It's on May 8th. Ernie, I see you are the bandstand host, and you have a slew of important guests here. James Orphanides, also George Eads from CSI, as well as Kathy Garvey, who is a huge singing sensation. So congratulations on that. Giving to the kids, right?
Yes. Ernie was there when we did the first scholarship fund.
I was there as a fan.
Oh my God.
We go back a long time, and I remember that, John. But you know what? It's good to be part of the tradition. And this year will be another great year for us. So we're looking forward to celebrating with you and your whole family. John Katzendidi,
thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Congratulations. Thank you. And congratulations on such another successful Greek Independence Day parade.
Now let's take a look at Miss Greek Independence. This is the lovely Anna Heliotis. She is 19, Nicole, and her parents, John and Marina Heliotis, are from the southern part of Greece, Laconia.
Laconia. And you know what the criteria to become Miss Greek Independence? You have to be between the ages of 17 and 25. You have to be bilingual in both Greek and in English, and you have to have at least one parent with Hellenic origin. And so obviously the lovely Anna Heliotis from Laconia has all of those credentials and more. She's lovely.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I met her last night. There was actually it was Friday night. It was a little reception, and she was there. We had a chance to talk for a few moments, and she really has her heart in the right place. She's so proud of this, and we're proud of her, aren't we?
She's gorgeous. Congratulations to her and to everybody watching the 79th Annual Greek Independence Day Parade.
Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful time at this beautiful Greek parade, and I want to tell everybody that's one of the things like that makes us never forget where we're from, and I'm very attached to my Greek heritage as much as obviously my French heritage, and I hope everyone have a wonderful times, and I wish I would have been there. You guys have the best time ever. Talk to you soon, bye-bye.
You dreamed about it. It's been carefully planned, and here is the most important day of your life.
We make your dreams come true.
The Grand Prospect Hall, 718-788-0777.
Da-da-da-da-da. I like that music. Don't you like that, Nicole? Ready to dance?
Just one of our Grand Marshals is sitting here next to me. It is a gorgeous day. There are over 40 floats. John Katsimatidis always says he gets every float in the tri-state area to get to this parade. It is a gorgeous day. Over 200,000 people usually attend the parade here on Fifth Avenue. It's an exciting day, and we're happy to be here with you.
They were all lined up, as you know. Yeah, they were lined up here, getting ready to go this morning. The sun is shining. This is a wonderful day, and as we mentioned, Nicole, we have a lot of live entertainment for you. You remember Kojak, Telly Savalas, Who Loves You, Baby? Remember with the lollipop and a lot of the movies he was in? Well, he has a beautiful daughter. Her name is Ariana. And she's with us today. I just met her.
She is lovely. She's such a nice person.
Isn't she? And she's going to perform for us right now. We're going to go to the stage for Ariana Savalas. Here we go.
Yes,
Το παραθύρο μου στέλνε 2 και 3 και 4 φίλια που φτάνω στο λιμάνι 1 και 2 και 3 και 4 πουλιά που θα θέλα να είχα 1 και 2 και 3 και 4 παιδιά που θα τα μεγαλώσουν όλα να γίνουν λεβένες για χάρη του πυριά. Πότα βραδιάζει, τραγούδια μαραδιάζει και τις πένιες του αλλάζει όσο τον πυριά. Πότα βραδιάζει, τραγούδια μαραδιάζει και τις πένιες του αλλάζει όσο τον πυριά. Το παραθύρο μου στέλνε 2 και 3 και 4 φίλια που φτάνω στο λιμάνι 1 και 2 και 3 και 4 πουλιά. Πότα βραδιάζει, τραγούδια μαραδιάζει και τις πένιες του αλλάζει όσο τον πυριά. Πότα βραδιάζει, τραγούδια μαραδιάζει και τις πένιες του αλλάζει όσο τον πυριά.
All right. Very good. Ariana Savalas, that was excellent.
Oh, thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
Good
and
to
welcome
see
to our
you.
parade today.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Well, you know, it's such a thrill to have you here, and I'm sure your dad is so proud of you. He'd be smiling down, so proud of you.
I feel so much of his spirit here today, and it's absolutely overwhelming and such an honor to be a part of this.
Well, I know your mom's here. I saw your mom, right?
She is. She's right there.
There she is.
Hi, Mom.
There's Mom. And tell me a little bit about how your inspiration of this. I understand it's through a little bit of your mom and dad.
Oh, God, yes. I mean, half of my family is Greek, and the other half is honorary Greek. You know, my mom had to be initiated into the family, so she really taught me a lot of Greek, and of course I learned it from my dad's side of the family, and just the whole culture in itself I just was bombarded with since I was a kid, so I'm in love with it.
And I understand now you're recording now a new album, is that right?
I am, yeah. I'm going to be recording in June in London, so
awesome.
it'll be fun,
Any little tidbits on what's going to be out on that album?
I'm sorry?
Any kind of idea of what kind of songs you're going to be doing, style of music?
I'm a jazz musician.
Okay.
I write my own music, and so it's going to be a mixture of standards and original songs, and hopefully a few Greek songs if I can stop being shy enough to sing Greek in public.
I think you're doing just fine. That was terrific. And what about movie plans? Any?
Yes, I have a new movie coming out. It's called Akrasia, which is actually a Greek word. What are you going to do?
Okay.
Yeah, then that's going to be coming out at the end of the year.
End of the year. And now, have you been to a Greek Independence Day parade before here in New York?
I have never been here before. This is so incredible. This is absolutely
we got a great day for you. We thank you so much for coming, okay?
Thank you so much for
terrific. Well, we'll see you a little bit later again. All right. And we'll be back with more live here on 5th Avenue on My 9 with the Greek Independence Day parade. Stick around.
Yassas, how are you? Congratulations for yet another successful parade in New York for the wonderful Greek American community. It's always exciting to celebrate our culture. I think that we are an incredibly unique, unbelievably strong, smart, aggressive part of the American community, just with the title Greek American. I hope you guys are all having fun today. May you all enjoy each other today, support each other today, and continue to teach our children our wonderful culture.
And we thank Melina Kanagaridis, great Hollywood star who is not, a television star as well, who has not forgotten her Greek heritage and her background, and we appreciate that.
She's unbelievable. I remember last year when I watched her, she said, "Me agapi se olus σας."
Love to all of you.
And she is lovely. She is absolutely lovely. We're
well,
watching
so are you,
this.
Nicole, and it's nice to have you on board. Nicole
thank you for
Penelidis is
having
joining us
me.
today, and we certainly have a great cast of characters. Nick Gregory is here, Mike Woods from Fox 5, and yours truly, Ernie Anastas. We are just having a wonderful day, and look who's with us to bless our day. His Eminence, Archbishop Demetrius, and you look wonderful sitting there with the sun shining on you.
Thank you.
Are you having a good day?
It's an absolutely gorgeous day with sunshine on my back and with some sunshine in front of me because of the people. Such a wonderful day, really.
Your Eminence, last year I watched your interview, and you made such a nice comment about how life never ends and how you always maintain hope and positive thinking. Tell us more about that. I love that good feeling and that good
Beautiful
spirit
message.
that you deliver.
Thank you so much. The celebration today is one of the many which have been running throughout history. I don't remember if I said that, but we have been on Earth officially for 6,000 years, 4,000 before Christ and 2,000 after. Now, we have gone through occupations, persecutions, wars, decimations. However, always ending with freedom, always ending not only with freedom, not survival, producing one after the other cultures and civilization. The classical, the Hellenistic, the Byzantine, the modern, there is no end.
Great history.
So it's a continuous production in spite of anything that happens internationally or locally.
And Your Eminence, you know, as we are celebrating our Greek pride today, we're also celebrating the human spirit. And we spoke about that earlier this morning, particularly in reference to our young people. There are so many young faces here and all these families that have gathered. And maybe you could talk about that for a moment, because I know how much you love working with the young people.
It's a great joy to see increased numbers of young people, even children, then adolescents, young adults, quite a number with enthusiastic people. So it's something beautiful. And if I may, there is a coincidence today in terms of the church calendar. We celebrate and we honor the mere bearer women that went to the tomb of Jesus and the people who took the body of Jesus from the cross down. So that was an act of daring, courage,
yes, it was.
and bravery. And then that comes resurrection. So today is really bravery, audacity, tolme in Greek, γενεοψυχία, and resurrection.
Of course, we should
It's
say
a wonderful combination.
Yes, it is.
And we should say right away, Christos Anesti.
Absolutely.
We're still celebrating,
Absolutely.
this wonderful resurrection. And we've passed through a terrific time of Lent and also the celebration of the resurrection of Christ. I think that really is such an important message, particularly to all of us Greek Americans. This is the biggest celebration and holiday that we have.
It is. Not to forget the springtime. This is not winter, this is not dark autumn, it's just spring. Spring and resurrection is the best combination could exist.
We just watched the float go by of the Castorian Society, which is celebrating its 100-year anniversary. And you actually herald from Thessaloniki.
Well,
do you remember the days there when you think of Thessaloniki and you think of beautiful Castoria? What do you think of?
I remember Thessaloniki, of course, because I'm a Thessalonian, and I'm boasting to be from a city which received 2 letters from St. Paul, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. And also I have the joy of having visited Castoria, a beautiful city.
Well, Your Eminence, we thank you so much for sharing so many of these thoughts with us today and blessing us in so many ways as being our Archbishop in America.
Thank you for the opportunity of being with you. I know that time is expensive.
Yes, it is.
Especially on television, but I have something to say. It's something that we are glad to repeat. The Westerns have the clocks, we have the time.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
We can always depend on you.
Therefore, we are beyond the time, we are for eternity.
Yes, we are.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to address the good
Your
people.
Eminence, thank you.
Nice seeing you.
All right, thank you. Nice seeing you too. Right now, we're going to go over to Nick Gregory here. Tell us a little bit more about what's going on, Nick.
Well, Ernie and Nicole, we're very pleased to have one of the other Grand Marshals here with us right now. I'm joined by Colonel Matthew Bogdanos, and thank you so much for being with us today. And I see you're wearing your military garb here. The Colonel Bogdanos served in the Marines. I'm trying to learn my military outfits here. So tell us a little bit about what that was like, because I know you did some duty time in Iraq, and it also was an inspiration for a book.
Yes, I did several tours in Iraq as well as a couple tours in Afghanistan, and I was given an extraordinary opportunity, simply mastering the art of being in the wrong place at the right time. I had an opportunity to return, or attempt to return, to the Iraqi people their priceless heritage, the antiquities that were stolen from the Iraq Museum. And being a Greek American, there are few things that I admire more than a people's cultural heritage, whether it's Greek, Iraqi, or American.
Well, I know that you grew up in the New York area as a Greek American. Tell me a little bit. Well, I did the same, pretty much. So tell me a little bit what that was like for you.
It could not have been a happier meeting or a better crossroads. I grew up in the restaurant business. We are Greek, after all, and my dad had a restaurant in Manhattan, and it was an extraordinary way to grow up, to have an appreciation from early on of history and a recognition that the birthplace of democracy in Greece is also, in many respects, the birthplace of an extraordinary culture. And that blood, the blood courses through our veins still here in New York and in the United States. In many respects, today is a celebration, but it's really a reminder. It's a reminder to us who follow in the footsteps of those who have gone before, that the legacy they pass on is really an obligation, a responsibility for us to be the legacy for future generations.
Very important words, absolutely. And we thank you so much again. Congratulations being Grand Marshal here today, and all the best continued success as the Assistant DA here in New York, too.
Yes, I am, and I have plenty of work when I get back.
I'm sure there is. Well, great.
Nick.
We're going to toss over to Mike Woods now as a guest. Mike.
All right, Nick. Yes, in fact, we've got a very special guest. We have Spiros Kouvelis. He is the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, who's joining us here from Greece. And Spiros, I mean, this is a fantastic day, right?
It's a wonderful day. It's a day of celebration, and for me, it's great to see all these almost 20,000 Greek people parading here on the Fifth Avenue in New York. It's amazing.
Yeah, so what's this parade like compared to other parades?
Well, this parade is very special. It's happening in the heart of New York. It's bringing together everybody from the Greek diaspora here in the States And it's good because it gives you this positive attitude about Greeks, how they see the future of the country at a time when you try to show the positive side, to get everybody to ride on this wave, roll up the sleeves and work to try to have a better tomorrow.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. So now, would this be representative of what you would find if you were to go to Greece?
Well, I think it is, and I hope it is, because I believe that everybody has now gotten the message that in Greece we need to really focus on going ahead, stop worrying, you know, how the past was and all that, try to put to value all the wealth of this country, the beauty of it, the history of it, and the heart of the Greeks that want to do something for the country. So I believe I'm taking this as a sample of what I will bring back with me to Athens and say that we're going, guys.
Very good, Spiros. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us down here. Enjoy it. And we'll be back with more of the Greek Independence Day Parade coming up.
This portion of the Greek Independence Day Parade is brought to you by Faith, an endowment for Orthodoxy and Hellenism.
Welcome back. Christos Anesti and Chronia Pola. Greetings to everyone from Fifth Avenue in New York. You're watching the 79th Annual Greek Independence Day Parade. More than 40 colorful floats, marching bands, entertainment. I'm Ernie Anastas along with Nicole Pedalidis and Nick Gregory and Mike Woods, bringing you all kinds of great coverage here today, aren't we?
The team is here, and we're looking right now at one of our sponsors, the Atlantic Bank. Of course, a good friend to this parade and a great sponsor, Spiros Voutsinas, who's part of that group. It's part of the New York Community Bank Corp and has always been such a great support to the Independence Day Parade. And we love seeing all the folks there and the kids waving their flags and showing their Greek pride today.
And Mr. Voutsinas will be joining us here in the broadcast booth in a short while. But right now, you know, if you mention a name to anybody in the Greek American community, I don't care where you are, when it comes to entertainment, Gus Vali. Gus Vali is such a tradition. He is a legend. You know,
Look at that great photo.
He is fantastic. He has been in the New York area for so many years. But you know what? He is the class act. And he has played in many functions that I've been to. He has played at my home. I mean, he is just the best.
We are so lucky to be able to share this type of entertainment with everybody so that this way they can see Gus Vali live with the band there. Right, Ernie?
Here he is, Gus Vali. And we're happy to have you here, Gus. Yasu. Well, I guess. We have a little band in the background. That's okay. It's a good lead into Gus, isn't it?
It really is.
There it is. They're marching past us. You know, the parade is just built so that you've got bands, groups marching behind, more bands. So you have this intermittency where, you know, you've got all these different groups coming in, and it's great.
Action. This parade doesn't stop. We bring you action from beginning to end, and there's over 200,000 people here, and everybody at home can now enjoy Gus Vali and the band there. Gus Vali.
Take it away, Gus.
Πάνω σύρμα κάτω παίζω εγώ το μπάκλαμα και η βλαμίσα χορεύει όμορφο κασίλαμα και η βλαμίσα χορεύει όμορφο. Όλοι μαζί πάμε! Παλαμάκια! Παλαμάκια, παλαμάκια να χτυπούν τα ταρουνάκια τα ταρουνάκια στο τσιμέντο στα λάκια. Να σε χαίρετε που σε έχει κοινό το όμορφο παιδί και ο μπάκλαμας που παίζει δυο στη μέση ασκοπή και ο μπάκλαμας που παίζει δυο στη μέση ασκοπή. Έλα! Παλαμάκια, παλαμάκια να χτυπούν τα ταρουνάκια να χτυπούν τα ταρουνάκια στο τσιμέντο στα άλλα. Palamakia, Naki Punta Tagunaka, Naki Punta Tagunaka, Sochimento style. One more time, Palamakia, Palamakia, Naki Punta Tagunaka, Naki Punta Tagunaka, Sochimento Staplakaka, hey! Allah!
All right, Gus Vali, ladies and gentlemen, what a great job, Gus. It's such a pleasure and honor to be with you on stage here. Of course, who doesn't know about Gus Vali and the Greek American community, right?
Yes.
Well, so I know that you're an accomplished clarinetist, and we heard the Palamakia. Tell me a little bit about the song Palamakia.
That's one of the first songs I learned when I started to play Greek music. And I'm still playing it.
It's a classic song.
Yeah, right.
It means clap your hands for everybody to dance. Now, you were the first Greek American that was signed to a contract. Is that right?
Yeah, to United Artists.
Awesome. And out of all the instruments you play, what's your favorite one?
Actually, it's the flute. I don't have it with me.
You like the flute? Excellent. Well, I tell you what, we're so happy to have you with us today, and all the best to you.
Thank you.
And we'll continue to enjoy listening to your music. All right. Ernie, Nicole, back to you.
Thank you very much, Nick. And Gus Vali, he played with Artie Shaw's band. I mean, he is just such a pro.
Palamakia.
We want to just mention right now that this is a special event that's going on with the Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund. We talked with John Katzimatidis a bit earlier, Nicole, and this is their float. And we are having a celebration going on today because they have mentioned that we have an event coming up, as you know, on
May 8th.
May 8th.
Yep. And there we are. We're looking at the float. You can see Margot Katzimatidis, the wife of John Katzimatidis. She obviously is always the head here of the Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund, the lovely Ariana Savalas. And their family is on the float today. Not only are Andrea and John Jr. are on there, but also Andrea's new fiance, Chris Cox, who
Congratulations
is the
to them.
Of Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon. And also we want to mention that guardian angel Curtis Sliwa and his family are also on that float. If you look carefully, there's also a little Lukumi lamb on there. And this is from...
There's Lukumi right there.
There you go.
There's Lukumi.
This is from the award-winning series of children's books by Nick Katsoris, Little Lukumi. He's doing great with that book. So we're very happy to be celebrating the Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund, and Ariana Savalas is also celebrating on that float, and she sang for us earlier. What a lovely voice she has.
And when we were talking about Lukumi, I have to say, and I know you have a kid's book too, but
yes, I do.
when I was talking about Lukumi, I read that with my children, and you never know what children will take to, and they really enjoyed it. And I want to read, now I have to read Ernie and the Big News to them.
You do.
That's the next one, Ernie. I'm going to get it, as long as you'll inscribe it to my voice.
I will do that for you. Nick and I have worked very carefully. Hi, guys.
Fund. There they are.
How are you?
Over
Nice to see you all.
$100,000 every year in scholarships. $1.7 million have been given out. I also see the lovely Alexis Christophorus on there.
Hi, Alexis.
Congratulations to
Little
her
baby,
and her family.
yeah,
They just had
baby
baby
girl.
number 3.
Yeah. We have so many floats that we are seeing, and some of them are passing by quickly. We want to make mention that the American Hellenic Educational Progressive Association, better known as AHEPA, that's the largest, oldest American-based Greek heritage grassroots membership organization, was with us today. The Pan-Arcadian Federation of America passed by, and also we have various islands being celebrated here today from Samos. That is one of the beautiful islands in the North Aegean Sea, also part of our parade. And congratulations to the Emerson High School Band who are with us today, and Michael Leone, who has been the director there for several years. So congratulations to all of these people who are here and part of our
Do
group.
you know that song, Samyotisa?
Samyotisa, Samyotisa. You like that music, don't you? That's
Something
right.
like that. I know it.
That
I
is a
remember
beautiful
that one.
island. Have you been to Samos?
I have not. I have not been there, but I can tell you, my husband and I took a lovely trip. We did 9 islands in 7 days. And we got to go to Santorini and Sifnos and Serifos and
Beautiful
Spolodondros and Rhodes, and it was just magnificent. And if I could do it again this second, I would be back on that yacht going around those islands. It was gorgeous.
It's a beautiful trip, and so many people have great stories to tell about tourism, and that's something else that we'll talk about a little later. But right now, we have a break coming up. We're going to bring you more live coverage of the 79th Annual Greek Independence Day Parade. Nicole and I coming right back. Keep it here.
This is the My 9 79th Annual Greek Independence Day Parade.
And we are back with more on this beautiful day, Nicole. The sun is shining. It's a great day in New York City. What a fabulous day for the Greek parade.
This is a day that we are celebrating our heritage, our forefathers, and there he is. This was the man, Takis Nikolopoulos, who for 12 years wore this costume representing Theodore Kolokotronis, who was the general, the hero during the year 1821 when we declared our independence. And we can see here that now his son is here today, and the son's name is John,
Yep.
and they have 3 children, and he is here to remember his father who passed about 2 months ago.
Exactly. And you know, every year, Nicole, and you've been watching the parade, you've been coming to this parade, and you know, this was just a showstopper, as we say. And he was so deeply committed to what he was doing, Takis Nikolopoulos. Every year he would come by here smiling and showing us the spirit of Greece and the spirit in his blood. And now his son pays great tribute to his father.
I'm so
the
glad
late
he's here
Takis.
today. The way he's there today, it just really brings that spirit back. And the father, the way he had the mustache to really represent that. Now we have another float, an Armenian float coming up here.
This is the Knights of Vartan Armenian Fraternal Organization. This organization has been around since 1916. Great heritage. The Armenian Fraternal Service Organization was established by 12 very visionary men who encouraged its members for leadership and culture and education and religion, and they march proudly here today. And the music plays, and the smiling faces that make up this great parade today. You know, we have so many guests that are stopping by to spend time with us today, and we're going to be talking about them in a short while, but we have a lot going on as well. For example, we have food. We're going to bring some food out here today because I love kurabiades. Do you like kurabiades? Little Greek cookies.
Let's start with what I don't like. How about nothing?
That's not much. Exactly.
How about nothing?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I remember when I was a young girl and my mother used to cook a big pot, and my grandmother Eleni cooked a big pot of avgolemono. My other grandmother Irini always used to make keftedes, and we would eat them faster than she could possibly even put them out for the family.
It's a big part of our culture. I mean, food, and you mentioned tourism, and also, you know, being aware of the great history that Greece has. We have a special guest joining us right now, and her name is someone that, well, probably a lot of you might recognize from the Giuliani administration, Christine Nicholas, who is just, you know, a wonderful woman who has had a great track record of bringing tourism to New York and creating so much, particularly post 9/11. So, first of all, we're happy to have you on board because you have a very special project to talk about.
We do.
And Christine, this is something that is dear to the hearts of many people in New York, and it's a very historical ship that has great heritage that you want to bring to New York. So why don't you tell us about that?
We do. It's Trireme. It is based in Athens. It's actually a warship, and we're planning on bringing it to New York City here in 2012. We couldn't do this without the support of Marcos Marinakos, who's here with us, who's our chairman of Trireme New York City. And this is really exciting because the Trireme is something that fought for years in the Battle of Salamis back in the 5th century BC in 453. And it was something that created and defended democracy. So we call it the Defender of Democracy. What you're watching now is the sea trials back in 1990. Trireme has only left Greece once. It went to London, and we want to bring it to New York City in 2012, which will bring a tremendous amount of tourism, but also a tremendous amount of Greek pride and pride in democracy. And when you know what has happened down in Lower Manhattan, this is just another opportunity to bring not only tourist visitors to New York City, but also the heart of democracy coming to New York from Greece. It brings our two nations together so much.
You want to bring this to the South Street Seaport, exactly.
Absolutely. There'll be a wonderful exhibit. There'll be also a display. And then we're going to have 170 oarsmen, which will be volunteer, coming from all over the United States, all over the world, actually, where they can actually take Trireme out onto the Hudson River. It'll have sea trials twice a day, and it'll be very, very exciting.
Sea trials. That's pretty exciting. So this is a 5th century warship from the Hellenic Navy. I also was reading you have a 1/3 model scale of Kyrenia, which is the northern part of Cyprus. Why are you doing that, and what is it? How can we see that?
Well, Marcos knows mostly about that.
Marco Marinakos, you could tell us a little bit more about that.
That's a very good question, and thank you, Nicole, for asking. Actually, the Trireme is built bases the Kyrenia. And I was running the Kyrenia in 1986, the centennial of the statue of the Constitution of the United States. So I was very happy to have them both go around the harbor, and now we're bringing the Trireme, which is a much larger boat. It plays a very important role in defeating Athens and its democracy 418 BC, and has repelled the Persians. So the democracy survived, and here we have the Western civilization today.
Well, we hope that becomes a reality, of course, but we also know that it takes money. It takes about $3 million that you're trying to raise, aren't you?
Right, and if anybody out there is interested in helping this cause, you can go onto trireme.org, www.trireme.org.
Hey,
we got
there
a
you
soccer
go.
ball, soccer balls from the
Soccer
Greek
balls are coming our way.
Cosmos.
Hey, watch out.
Look at that, they're trying to
Soccer balls, a great time. We're having a wonderful afternoon here at the Greek Independence Day Parade.
Independence Day, everybody.
We'll be back. Keep it right here on My 9.
Bimbo Bakeries and all their great brands are proud to be a sponsor of the celebration of Greek Independence Day. Bimbo Bakeries produces the finest quality baked goods for your family. Try some today.
It is a beautiful afternoon in New York City, and we are celebrating Greek Independence Day. I'm Ernie Ganastis, along with Nicole Pedalidis, and we are just enjoying ourselves because we're talking to interesting people who have great projects going on in New York, and people who have a share in the culture and also the traditions of what we are celebrating here today. And look what's going on. This is a wonderful demonstration of our spirit that we're talking about. We just had a bunch of guys throwing us some soccer balls, but this is very different. This is the School of Plato in New York, a traditional school that has so much pride. Their choir, their Philoptochos, their Sunday school, their Greek school programs, and they are part of the fabric of New York City.
When we talk about Philoptochos, for our friends who don't speak Greek, that actually means friends of the poor, and so many of the beautiful Greek churches have a Philoptochos where they do that. You know, today we should also just mention our grand marshals, and Ernie Anastas, you are one of those grand marshals.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to you, Emmy Award winner, all your Emmy Awards and your books, and we've watched your career, as well as Philip Christopher, who is the first Cypriot Greek American to also be honored here today, as well as the Boy Scouts and Colonel Matthew Bogdanos, who is with us today as well. So we have a great parade happening. You see the flags flying. The weather is glorious. Over 200,000 people and over 40 floats, which we always say John Katsimatidis goes around to every float in the tri-state areas here today.
Checks them all out. One of the floats that we just saw recently was the Marathon Bank. We just saw them pass by. The Marathon Bank of New York was founded in 1989 to serve the financial needs of local consumers and business owners in the greater New York metropolitan area. Also passing by, we have the Lawrence High School Band. They're called the Red Scare. This is a terrific band. Listen to them. They just love to be part of this wonderful organizational event every year. And I could get up and dance to this kind of music. Nicole, what about you?
They are so talented. I mean, it's amazing. You know, everybody prepares for this parade today, the organizers. But look at all these folks who prepare their songs and their costumes and their flutes and everything. And the next float is actually going to be the Greek Orthodox Church of St. Nicholas in Flushing, which is actually the largest church here in North America. So we'll be watching for that as well. I see the Greek flag flying behind you there, Ernie.
Nick is standing by with a very special guest for us. Let's go to Nick Gregory on this beautiful day, Nick. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Again, it's a great day as we're standing out here on Fifth Avenue. And this next guest of ours, Nicole, you should know very well who I'm talking about. Philip Christopher, welcome, one of our Grand Marshals here today. And congratulations. I understand that you're the first Greek Cypriot to be a Grand Marshal at this parade.
That's correct, and I'm very proud of it. I'm very humbled with the honor. And in my face, I think we are representing the 200,000 refugees that have been waiting since 1974 to return back to their homes, and we hope to fight for freedom for Cyprus and to see a united Cyprus. So today we're celebrating Hellenism, while a part of Hellenism is under occupation in Cyprus.
Well, I know you were born there and you came to the United States at a young age, and what was it like growing up as a Greek Cypriot American?
Well, it's great. There's no distinction between Greek Cypriots and Greek Americans. We're all Hellenes. We're very proud of our heritage, and I think we have an obligation because we come from birthplace of democracy, and we live in the greatest democracy in the world, and this is a great day for Hellenism.
And I know that you're president of the Pan-Cypriot Association. What does that involve for you? What do you guys do?
Well, our organization projects Cyprus. This is we have the United States Championship soccer team. We have dance troops. We have a choir. You're going to see our Philharmonic band pretty soon. And members of our organization are all dedicated to maintaining the tradition and the heritage of Cyprus here in the United States.
All right, Philip, well, thank you so much for being with us today. And again, Nicole just happens to be your niece.
Yeah,
Look,
hello to Nicole. She's beautiful.
You know, thank you, Uncle
And
Philip.
thanks
And
for the
I say
weather.
Uncle Philip, you know, I'm very proud to be here today to celebrate our heritage, but that's my mother's brother. So congratulations to him. And my cousin is here today, the Supreme President of AHEPA. So I have a lot of family members,
all in the
as
family,
you do.
isn't it?
You know, my cousins, my aunts, everybody is related here. When you're Greek, you have a cousin, a friend.
That's true.
Right? The family is big. Those holidays are big.
We could talk so much about that because it's so important as you grow up with Yaya and Papu and the rest of your extended family. And these are the people in many ways that we are honoring today because we're thinking about our grandparents and our great-grandparents and all of those values that have been passed along to us, the work value, honesty, and working hard for what you want to achieve, particularly in education. So we want to remember them today in many special ways. But we're going to go to Mike Gregory. Mike Gregory, I'm okay. I just changed his name. Hey, that's pretty good. Mike Woods standing by with more for us. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
All right. Hey there, Nicole and Ernie. Yes, we're having a great day here. Mike Woodopolis, if you remember correctly. And we're actually out here with Michael Gianaris. He's the assemblyman for the 36th Assembly in the Queens. And I'll tell you what, great day out here, right?
It's good, thanks to you and the weather.
Hey, you know, it worked out just fine. And you know what? You're the first Greek American elected to office in New York. How does that feel?
Oh, it feels great. I was elected almost 10 years ago. I was the Grand Marshal of this parade back then. And this is a special event for me today. It's my last one as a member of the Assembly. Hopefully next year I'll be in the State Senate to March.
That's right, because you're running for Senate right now.
I am. And hopefully all things go well and we'll move ahead. You know, the Greeks invented democracy, so some of us feel a special privilege to be involved in the democratic process here in New York.
All right, and very good. And it looks like we got a great day coming up for you here, Michael. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the parade. But we're going to have more with the Greek Independence Day Parade coming up in just a bit.
This portion of the Greek Independence Day Parade is brought to you by the Order of St. Andrew Apostle, Archons of the Ecumenical Patriarch.
And welcome back. We are live on Fifth Avenue. Yasu, Kalimera to all of our friends and all of our families that are watching the exciting 79th Annual Parade. We're live on My 9 in New York, and we're also streaming so people can catch us anywhere in the country and perhaps anywhere in the world, Nicole.
You know, they were looking at a banner there that says Goya. If you wanted to know what Goya stands for, it's the Greek Orthodox Youth of America. And it's all about the youth to carry on the traditions. I see my nieces and nephews waving there. And it's an exciting time to have the young people really keep these traditions that our grandparents had. It's a beautiful day here. We've had so many wonderful people. We just saw Constantine Maroulis, who is such a nice guy.
And look who's here now.
Look who's here, Dr. Anthony Limbrakis. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
We're
It's
happy that
great
you're
to be
here today. And tell us how you're involved here with the parade and how this makes you feel here today.
Well, we're very proud of our independence and especially religious freedom. We're here representing the Order of St. Andrew. It's a group of the leading Orthodox Christians in the United States. It's headed by the Archbishop of America. I'm his national commander, and we have 700 leading Orthodox Christians who fight for religious freedom all around the world for the ecumenical patriarchate and Christians and Jews.
And you have been on several missions for the church. And you talk about promoting peace. on Earth, and also some of the different programs that you're involved in, just so that we have a sense of how far out you go, and you really do, to reach out to people.
Well, we just came back a few weeks ago from our latest religious freedom mission to the European Union, where we visited the officials of Spain and Madrid, who currently holds the presidency of the EU. From there, we went to Brussels, the headquarters of the European Union. And then we went on to Athens to meet with His All Holiness the Ecumenical Patriarch, who is the spiritual leader of the world's 300 million Orthodox Christians.
Are you seeing something positive happening? That's the one question everybody wants to know.
The positive thing, I think there's a movement in Turkey towards opening our seminary, Halki, and returning the confiscated patriarchal orphanage. We hear some positive signs, some positive rumblings out of Ankara, and we are optimistic. We are optimistic.
Dr. Anthony Limbrakis, you know, you have 3 children.
Yes.
And they must watch you on this mission and be so proud of you. How are you trying to translate this to your children? And these great missions, do they come to these parades? How do you keep your Greek heritage alive with them at home or with your family?
Well, I have to say that I'm very proud of my children. 3 children, 2 grandsons. My oldest is in law school at SMU in Dallas. And he, last year, helped host the ambassador of Cyprus for an official visit to SMU University. My second son is a graduate, will be graduating Drexel University. He's involved in the Greek program there, and actually he has a job in Manhattan starting up. And my daughter is a junior at NYU here in New York.
Well, congratulations, Dr. Limbrakis, for your family and all the good work that you do with the Archons. We hope to see you again very soon.
Well, thanks so much for having me here, and it's a pleasure and honor.
Thank you. All right, right now we have a very special guest, and Nick Gregory has that for us. Hello, Nick.
I do. Hi, Ernie and Nicole, and we're here with Jim Calamaras, who's president of the Federation of Hellenic Societies of Greater New York, and some beautiful little girls here. Jim, who do you have with you here?
Well, we've got a whole crowd today. We've got Rodia, we got Eleni.
Hi, girls.
We say hello.
Hello.
You want to say hello?
Hello.
And we also have with us our lovely parade co-chairwoman this year, Mamie Sadatos Fugieri, Esquire, who has joined us as a parade co-chairperson with Dr. George Sula. So we have a wonderful organizing committee this year to make our lives a little bit easier. And she's here with Matt and her handsome boys, I think, all around.
Well, and now the Federation is, again, one of the, of course, has been over the years, the big organizers for the parade. And
it's been since 1938 we've been organizing and hosting the parade. Thanks to John Katsamatidis, the foundation, we've been on Channel 9 with you guys for the last 3 years, and on Fifth Avenue for over 50 years. So every year we want to get better and better and richer. And again, we've got a wonderful team working with all of us to make this happen, and we thank Channel 9 and Ernie, our wonderful Grand Marshal, and our other Grand Marshals, Phil Christopher, Colonel Bogdanos, and the Boy Scouts of America, who just couldn't make this a more colorful day. And the weather was just icing on the cake.
So far, so good. Well, thank you for all the hard work that you guys do to put this all on, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you for all the hard work you've done and for giving us such a beautiful day today. Thank you.
Well, we got, again, another little ways to go with the parade, so we'll stick around, and we're going to go back now to Ernie and Nicole.
Thank you very much, Nick, and to everyone who is part of this wonderful organization, we want to say thank you for being here. Let's highlight one of the groups here today. This is St. Sophia of Albany, New York. I happen to know this church very well, Nicole, because our daughter and her family live up in the Albany area, and Father Patrick Legato is just a wonderful man who is the pastor at that church. It's a beautiful church. They have about 400 families up there, and you talk about Philoptikos activity and youth groups, nursery schools. It is a beautiful church, and we're happy that they're here today.
It's so nice to see all the churches, because what's so nice about being Greek is you go into any church and you feel like you really are at home. And another church that we're seeing here today in the parade is St. Demetrius, which is part of the Astoria, New York group, a big community there. I've been to the one in Southampton, the one in Mattituck, St. Paul, out in Long Island, St. Nicholas. We've been to them all, and there was the St. Sophia one from Albany.
Well, we're happy they're all here today. You know, Nicole, the ancient Greeks, believed that dancing was created by the gods to have ceremonies and all kinds of special events. And we carry on with that tradition because dancing is a very big part of Greek culture. And we have a very special group here today, don't we?
And we're looking here at the dance group, the Cretan dance group. You can see them from Crete, and they have on their costumes, the lavris, and they're going to be dancing for us. So take it away. We're enjoying this.
And here we go. Let's dance.
Terrific. All right, the Labrador Dancers, Cretan Dance Group, and this is their director, Nicholas Zoulakis. Thank you for being with us today. Another Nikos, another Nick. So now that dance was the Pendozali, one of my favorite Cretan dances, by the way. Tell me about that dance.
Pendozali is a dance that is dedicated to the Cretan Revolution of 1770. It was a revolution that unfortunately didn't manage to liberate Crete at that point. Crete was liberated later on 1896. This is a dance in order to honor that revolution, and that's why we call it Pendozali, not because it has 5 steps. Zalo means step in Greece. It's because it was the 5th consecutive revolution against the Ottoman Empire, and that shows us why Cretans, they are famous for fighting all over the years, because they never managed to accept the Ottoman Empire.
Well, you guys are terrific. I know your group's been around for a long time. Beautiful costumes, and we thank you for being a part of our program today.
Thank you.
Terrific. Nico Evkaristo, thank you very much. And we're going to be back with more live with the Greek Independence Day Parade on My 9 after this.
Hi, New York. Constantine Maroulis here, live from the Brooks Atkinson Theater. That's my home these days, over at Rock of Ages. That's my big Broadway show, celebrating 1 year on Broadway. My Best Actor Tony nomination. I got to tell you, I owe it all to you guys, the Greek community that supported me so much through these last few years. Lots of ups and downs, but I'm very blessed, and I thank you all very much. So many memories growing up as a Greek American, especially in New York and New Jersey. You know, typical sort of Greek American family. My mother would dress me up this time of year for the parade as an Evzone soldier, and I would kick and I would scream with the stockings and the shoes, the hat, everything. But I can't tell you how grateful I am that she did do that. I learned early on about my heritage and how proud I am to be a Greek. It's hard to put into words. So I think it was really important that she did that, taught me about my heritage, and that Greek power, man. I owe so much of my success to all of you out there for supporting me, and happy Greek Independence Day.
Refining every detail, combining old world with modern luxury. Terrace on the Park, where an exclusive feel meets unparalleled grandeur. Visit us online at terraceonthepark.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Emanuel, White House correspondent for Fox News. Thanks for watching the parade. You know, growing up Greek American in Westfield, New Jersey had its share of entertaining moments. Among them, when I was about 7, my nuna went to Greece and got me a custom-made Evzone outfit. So my very proud Greek American father decided I should wear the outfit often. So when it was Halloween celebration at Washington Elementary School, Mikey went dressed as an Evzone in the white skirt and the white stockings. And then when it was time to trick or treat in the neighborhood, I'd ring the doorbell, say trick or treat, and the neighbors would say, "Oh, look, he's dressed up as a pretty girl." I would take the candy and mutter under my breath, "My dad says I'm supposed to be tough." Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the parade. Yasos.
And Yasu Mike Emanuel from our Fox family. It was very nice to hear from Mike, and a great story. We're looking live right now on Fifth Avenue at the Cretan Society of New York and New Jersey. This is the Ammonia organization of New York and vicinity. They were founded back in 1918, and this is a terrific organization that provides all kinds of aid for philanthropic and progressive and educational programs in this area. Great volunteer organization.
You know what I also thought was so interesting is I was looking at the geography of Greece and all the beautiful Greek islands, and looking at Crete, it's equidistant between Europe, Asia, and Africa, which makes it so interesting, and it has a very unusual climate, and we just saw the Cretan dance troupe there as well. It's a lovely island.
And a very proud group to be part of that. Also, the celebration continues with the Holy Cross of Whitestone. This is a beautiful Greek Orthodox church, and also Father Celis is there in Whitestone. We congratulate for all of the hard work that they do, bringing together a terrific float every year, and the church is such a strong part of our family life, and we know that, so we salute them. I also don't want to forget, because just a short while ago, we ended up taking a look at the Holy Trinity Church of New Rochelle. They were just passing us by, and Father Nicholas Anctil, who is my pastor there, a wonderful man, and also George Condos and Tom Duchess and Jim Zafiris and Billy Zegras and all the wonderful people who are part of the church community of Holy Trinity in New Rochelle.
So we're taking a look also at the St. Demetrius. This was one of the ones that we've been mentioning in Astoria, New York. The New York City All-City High School Band is there as well. And like so many of the beautiful Greek churches, they have a day school, they have a high school, the Philopteros, which we always talk about, and also involved with the Boy and Girl Scouts. And we have the Boy Scouts here today as part of our Grand Marshals that we're honoring here today. So it's beautiful, and look at that, the Greek pride, and everybody's having a great time here at the Greek Independence Day
It's all there.
Parade.
We're happy to be here in our broadcast booth, welcoming a very special guest, Spiros Voutsinas, who's the Executive Vice President, Chief Operating Officer of the Atlantic Bank, one of the most prestigious banks, a very popular bank in New York. Good to have you with us again.
Oh, nice to be here again. Very nice to see you guys.
And we thank you for your sponsorship of this parade today as well. Why do you get involved in this parade every year? Why is your heritage so important to you?
Well, I think it's very important for me because this is where I came from, and I believe on that. that. I believe in the community. This is a strong community. It's a nice community, and we all feel very proud of being part of it.
And Mr. Voutsinas, it is important for us to recognize, as we've been today, our roots, our family, where we have come from, where we are going, and what our future is. And I know that you share so much of that feeling with your family and your friends.
Well, I came from the island of Kefalonia, which is in the Ionian Islands of Greece, and I go there every year with my family, and I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it. It's a great opportunity for me to do that. 2 daughters and 2
grandchildren, if I recall.
have 3.
3? Oh,
yeah, the family is growing.
Congratulations.
That's right.
What are you thinking when you look at these people
I think
and you see
I
all
feel
the
very
young
proud
people?
of them. I think it's very nice to see a lot of very young people, and this is great to see that our community is growing, and it's growing the right way. Yeah.
It's important to be positive. You know, so many times, we deal with the news every day. Nicole and I are talking about so many unfortunate things that are happening in the world. But also at the same time, we need to remember that there are some good things happening, that there are some positive stories in the news as well as in your banking institution and things that are going on in our community.
Well, I think we're doing quite well. Community is doing quite well. Like the second generation, they're highly educated, which we feel very proud of it. I think banking is coming back, and we're doing quite well. I mean, we worked very hard, yeah.
And we know that Atlantic Bank is part of New York Community Bancorp, which is actually a publicly traded company.
Yeah, we are, and
we're
our
so
stock is
happy to have
performing
you.
quite well.
Spiro Voutsinas, we thank you very much for joining us from the Atlantic
Bank.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you. Best of luck. Thank you.
We're going to go now to a guy who's got all kinds of spirit, and he knows what to do with it. Nick Gregory is standing by. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Ernie and Nicole, having a great time here on Fifth Avenue as we do every year, and we're joined by another one of our Grand Marshals here. And this year, of course, the parade honoring the Boy Scouts. This is George Bouloukas is with us, and George, you are also the National Director of the Eastern Orthodox Outreach for Scouting, right?
Yes, I am. I'm the National Chairman of the Eastern Orthodox Committee on Scouting.
And it's 50 years now that's been going on, is that right?
The 50th anniversary was sponsored by SCOBA, the Standing Conference of Orthodox Bishops in America. And we have several hundred Orthodox units throughout the United States sponsored by Orthodox churches, and the majority of them are from the Greek Orthodox faith.
That's fabulous. And I know this is the 100th anniversary of the Boy Scouts. Is that right in general?
That's correct. It's the 100th anniversary of the Boy Scouts. We've been here since 1910, and it's a wonderful organization.
So what's it like for you to be marching up Fifth Avenue today as a Greek American and honoring with the Boy Scouts?
Well, I always marched with a Boy Scout troop from my church, which I wasn't a member of it as a child. But today it was a real honor that they recognized the value of the Boy Scouts and honored the Boy Scouts as the Grand Marshal. And we're just honored that they recognize Scouting as a viable part of our youth ministry.
Well, congratulations to you, and we're going to be taking a little break here and come right back with more of the parade, so you stick around live here on My 9.
Yasu, hello my friends, Ernie, Nicole, Nick, the Katsimatides family. I hope the Greek parade is going well. I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but I am working on my baklava recipe, and Ernie said, don't come back until you get it right. Seriously, I wish you a wonderful day as you celebrate family, friends, and the incredible contributions of Greeks everywhere. Until the next time, Yasu Efkalisto. Have a good one.
This portion of the Greek Independence Day Parade is brought to you by Atlantic Bank of New York, a community bank foundation.
There we go. Opa, Yasu.
Opa!
Oh, we're having a great day here. It's a terrific parade on Fifth Avenue, and we're celebrating with the Cyprus Federation of America. They are a wonderful organization, I should say, talking about freedom and justice for Cyprus.
And this is where my family was born. My mother was born in the northern part of Cyprus in Kyrenia. My father was born there in Galavassos. And of course, today our Grand Marshal, one of our Grand Marshals, including you,
Yes,
Ernie and
thank you.
Astis, is Mr. Philip Christopher, who is part of he's obviously the president of the Pan-Cyprian Association of America, as well as the International Coordinating Committee for the Justice of Cyprus. It is a beautiful island. Have
beautiful.
been, Ernie?
I have not been there yet.
You will love it.
You make it sound so great,
You
but
will
I've heard
love
so
it.
much
It's
about
gorgeous. But just like all the Greek islands, I mean, they're just there on the Mediterranean.
They're
What's
beautiful.
not to love?
I know. I've traveled throughout parts of Greece and the islands, and they're all gorgeous, and each one has a story to tell. We also have stories to tell about our food, because we wanted to thank the wonderful, this is called the New York Deli. Hold on, I have the little note right here. This is Gus Vali and his family from the New York Deli, Long Island City, who are kind enough to bring to us today. Look at all of these goodies.
Oh, you are
Now,
not kidding.
I'll take the baklava on top that Rosanna Scotta was talking about. This is probably a great recipe. We also have finikia and gadaif. And what do you have there?
Gadaifi, I have gurapiedes, and also
Koularakia?
which I was telling you that my mother does the song with my boys.
Let's hear it. Sing it for
All right,
us.
it's something like this. It goes, Platho koularakia, meta diocherakia, o furnos na to psisi, to spiti ta mirisi, koularakia.
Bravo,
and
you know
the
what?
children love that, and they really have embraced it, and thank goodness for Yaya.
So have a koularakia now.
Who's been teaching them
For
some
Yaya.
Greek, because even though I speak and understand some, there's nothing like a Yaya who can really translate that.
Nicole, we started
And
talking
Papu.
about that. That's right. We started saying how important it is. I learned Greek when I was a young boy. My grandfather was a Greek priest, and he lived at home with us with Yaya and Papu together. So I learned a lot of the Greek from there, but also at Greek school. And I think that it's important to maintain the language, to understand that it really has a great value. Not only, I remember when I was in school, there were so many words, when I would look at them, I'd say, hey, that sounds like a Greek word. And most
from
of the
the
time,
Greek word.
I was right, like the big fat Greek wedding.
That's
Give me
right.
any word, I show you it comes from Greek.
That's right. That's right.
I wanna
And
have a
even
bite of this.
sometimes when the kids are talking about numbers, I'll tell them right away it comes from the Greek. If it's the octopus, I'm like, octopodi,
That's right.
8 legs. Come on, get with the program. And they get it. They do. They get
I
it.
had a word in school once, and it was sphygmomanometer. And it said a medical term, and I said, sphygmomanometer, what could that mean? And sphyxy, tightening of the arm, and the measurement is what they test your blood pressure for. It's a sphygmomanometer. And I got that just from knowing my Greek. Let's talk a little bit, Nicole, about some of the organizations that are passing us by, because they're all coming by here and waving to us. And they're saying hello, and Zito Ilas and Christos Anesti, the Olympiacos fan club. They sent us over some soccer balls, and the Loupakis School of Champions. We want to congratulate them. The Greek Orthodox Church of Saints Constantine and Helen in West Nyack, New York. Thank you very much for being here. The Greek Orthodox Metropolis of New Jersey, and the Metropolitan Evangelos of New Jersey, the spiritual leader of the Greek Orthodox Church there. And also our hats off to the Northern Regional High School Band that played for us. So many of these wonderful organizations are here today to celebrate.
So many, and it's so nice here to see all the people too that have been part of this, but also some of our folks that have been doing those bumps like Melina Kanakaridis and Constantine Maroulis. But now we're going to go to Mike Woodopoulos. He's Greek today, right?
Yes, Mike.
Yes, indeed, Nicole and Ernie, and we're having a great day out here meeting a lot of great people like George Maragos. George Maragos, who is the comptroller for Nassau County. Good to have you with us here this afternoon, and a great day, right?
Mike, thank you. It's a great day. It's wonderful to be a Greek American. We're all Greek Americans today.
Now, you are originally from Greece, no?
That's correct. I came here when I was 8 years old.
Okay, so what's it like for the parade like this out here today? How does it make you feel?
Oh, it's a tremendous pride to be a Greek American today and to celebrate Greek heritage and the contributions of Greek Americans to this great nation of ours, the United States of America. I'm very proud to be a Greek American.
Absolutely, and now you've been comptroller for not too long, right?
For 3 months.
Okay, and how's it going so far?
We've already reduced the cost by $50 million.
Really?
And we look to cut another 50 this year alone.
I'm gonna have to employ you for me
out there. Nassau is going to become the best county in America to live in.
Okay, George Maragos, thank you so much.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the rest of the parade. Absolutely.
Thank you very much. And hello to all my Greek American friends.
Including Ernie Anastas and Nicole up there in the booth.
Wonderful.
Thank you, and Yasu, we thank you. Hey, Mike's doing a great job today.
I think he is. I think he tried to sidestep Pedalides, though.
I think he is. He's,
I'm gonna have to give him a little lesson
Gotta
later.
watch him, right? Of course, he gets up a little early in the morning on
He's
Good Day
super.
New York.
I love Mike. I love Nick Gregory. You guys are a great team there on our Fox New York team. And by the way, not only are you in every diner in New York, but I went to my shoemaker, Meletti, and you were there in the shoemaker too. Ernie Anastas with this big picture. You're certainly very respected and well known.
And also
congratulations
to you. We should mention to our viewers that those of you who know Nicole from the Fox Business Channel does a wonderful job every day, and we're so proud of the work that you do there. It's a competitive business, and I know that you have to stay on top of everything, but you're keeping your notes here today. I can see your work pattern, and you're terrific. Yes.
This is how I do it on the New York Stock Exchange every day for the Fox Business Network.
You do a great
channel. Thank you.
Right.
I mean, it's always a lot of fun to be with the viewers and get to share what we're hearing here on the Fifth Avenue today.
We want to talk about many of the communities again that have come by here. New Jersey is so well represented. We've had, as we mentioned, some of the communities involved. The Greek Orthodox Metropolitan Cathedral of St. John, the theologian, there in Fairview, New Jersey. Also the Pan-Gregorian Enterprises, food services that are part of this band today and part of this parade. Also the float from St. George in Trenton, New Jersey, Father Bill Gikas. Congratulations to you and thank you for being part of this. I want to mention the Panicarian Brotherhood of America. This is a terrific group. They have just raised all kinds of money for medical aid and scholarships and disaster relief. A wonderful philanthropic organization marching with us today at the Greek Parade.
We've also seen the Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund float, which we're so happy to see, and that's going to be on May 8th. They're going to have a big event where they give out scholarships to young Greek Americans who apply for them. We've seen the beautiful Miss Greek Independence, who was here today, and she was absolutely gorgeous, and you can see more people here marching as we all celebrate our heritage. And when we think of our Greek ideals, we think of philosophy, we think of education, civic responsibility, family, also food, and all the food that we were just having here from Gus Vali in the New York Deli. And we hope that you're all enjoying it. And we've had such a great parade here. And of course, Ariana Savalas performed as well.
I'm going to have a courant right now when we go to break, okay? When we come back, maybe I'll finish my courant. What do you think?
I think you should.
See you in a minute.
Bimbo Bakeries and all their great brands are proud to be a sponsor of the celebration of Greek Independence Day. Bimbo Bakeries produces the finest quality baked goods for your family. Try some today.
Join us on Saturday, May 8th at the New York Marriott Marquis in Times Square for the 19th Annual Hellenic Times Scholarship Fund Gala, honoring business leader and philanthropist James Orphanides and CSI star George Eads. Performing will be Greek singing superstar Katie Garby, and back to the 50s and 60s with the legendary Shirelles as we award over $100,000 to some of the brightest Greek American students in the country. For tickets, visit www.htsf.org or call 212-986-6881.
Hi everyone, I'm Kat Cora and welcome to the Greek Independence Day Parade. My earliest memories of being in the kitchen with my family were cooking, and food is the center of every Greek celebration. So enjoy the parade. Opa!
Kat Cora, an iron chef. Boy, does she have a great reputation.
She really does, and actually she just put together a whole community going to Haiti to help there. I mean, she's just unbelievable, and that is always kind to see people get in there. And philanthropy, right? That get in there and help everybody when they're in need. Philoptikos, helping the poor, and Kat Cora, Iron Chef Kat Cora. We've had a lot of great folks here that we've been watching. Also, not only do we have Melina Kanakaridis, but we have Ariana Savalas. Gus Vali, who was our band leader who performed today. Also, Frank Takopoulos, who we're going to hear from as well. He's the
Pan-Gregorian organization, as you can see up there on the screen, Nicole. Yeah, we have entertainment. We have all these floats that are coming by. We want to make mention because so many passes by and wave. The Epirotis refers to the inhabitants of the Greek region of Epirus. They have been here today, and also the Cathedral of St. Paul in Hempstead, the Greek Orthodox Church there. Congratulations to them. The beautiful island of Chios. You were talking about traveling throughout the Greek islands. I've been to the island of Chios.
I have as well.
Beautiful there. Isn't it lovely?
It is gorgeous. The way all those geometric shapes are set up throughout the island, the black and white.
Yes.
Very cool. Very different than the other islands, such as the beautiful island of Santorini. That is more traditional when you think of the blue and white and the gorgeous blue waters. Chios is gorgeous, but it has all those black and white homes and geometric shapes on the houses.
Very distinctive. It is the fifth largest of of the Greek islands, and it's noted for a lot of things, a strong merchant shipping community. But if you've been there, they have this thing called mastika. Mastique. Yeah. It's a gum, and they use it. They use it for a lot of other medicinal purposes as well. But they also make hand lotions and body lotion with it. So they're known for that mastika. It's beautiful.
You were actually dug deep in my brain with that one, Ernie.
Yeah, and they're here today. This is the United Heo Society of America and Canada. They're part of this parade. We want to salute the Supreme President, Demetrius. We thank you for being here. So much to talk about. The Thessalonica Society is also here celebrating with us. Our friends from Antenna Television, the world's largest Greek media company.
We've always watched Antenna.
Yes,
Antenna is international. It's the world's largest Greek media group, but it's certainly something that we have watched over and over again. Welcome to Fifth Avenue. This is the 79th annual Greek Independence Day Parade. It's such a pleasure to be here with all of you. We're seeing the Greek flags, the USA flags, everybody together and having a good time and celebrating
sea
our
of
heritage.
blue and white, and you know, it's been a lovely afternoon. The wind is kicking up a little bit right now, but I don't think we're going to worry about any rain at all because it's just been a lovely afternoon. I want to show you this cup too. A friend of mine sent me this cup, said, I know you're doing the Greek parade. So here's a
Zito Elas.
Zito Elas.
And this is what I was saying about the 9 stripes, right?
Yeah.
When we were saying that Eleftheria y Thanatos, 9 syllables, 9 stripes. Or you could just say it looks like the ocean, doesn't it?
That's right, it does.
The blue seas and the white waves that we always enjoy in the Mediterranean Sea and the Aegean, gorgeous. I like this cup.
And you followed up with your dress today in my tie, so we're in the white and blue. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Yasis,
everybody.
how are you?
Oh, they're giving him more cups, and they say Zito Elas.
Here you go.
See
Thank
that?
you. Zito Elas is right. You know, there are a lot of expressions. Zito Elas, long live Greece. We also hear a lot of people ask me, you know, can you teach me some Greek? Chronia pola is one that we say a lot. Many years to you. You can use that for almost anything, a birthday, a celebration.
That's always a good one.
Yasu.
Yasu.
Right, Yasu. Opa, we use that a lot. And Sniyan, to your health.
That's always a good one. Get to chrono.
Get to chrono. And next year as well. You know, we have a lot of expressions, don't we? And some that we can mention on the air.
We can always say Efkaristopoli for saying thank you so much for watching and being here with us today.
Now we're going to shoot on over to Nick Gregory, who's got some special information for us and some interesting guests to talk to.
Yes,
Nick.
well, Ernie and Nicole are joined here by John and Margot Katsimatidis, and of course, very big members here of the parade. And John, you've been watching along the sidelines with me. How's it looking so far?
Oh, it's great. Today, all Greeks, we're celebrating freedom and democracy, the same thing that all Americans stand for.
And Margot?
It's an amazing, fantastic day, and we're so happy that everybody is here celebrating, and we have Ariana Savalas, and she's making everybody go wild today.
And I know the Hellenic Times fund is coming up soon, and you're getting excited about that?
Yes, the scholarship fund is coming up, and we have Katie Garby and the Shirelles, and lots of great things going on for the kids. So.
And speaking of the kids, I understand some exciting news from your family. Who wants to tell about it?
Yeah, well, my daughter got engaged to a very nice gentleman, Christopher Nixon Cox, who's President Nixon's grandson.
That's exciting.
Great kid, clean cut. Anybody would be proud to have him as a son.
Well, congratulations to you guys, and thank you again for all you do here for the parade and for the Greek community here in the New York area. And we'll be right back with more from Fifth Avenue here on My 9 with the Greek Independence Day Parade in just a moment.
Yes, είμαι η Sofia Milos, and I'm here today to wish you a happy Greek Independence Day. Though, yes, technically I'm half Greek, half Italian, but, you know, as we say, mia faccia mia razza, one face, one race. We're both Mediterranean, passionate, loud people, very loud. We are known to be speaking all at the same time. And we basically invented drama, among other things. So, here to say, Zito η Ελλάδα, με αγάπη για όλα σας. Bye.
Hi, I'm Frank Takopoulos, and yes, I am a Greek American, and I'm very proud and honored to be so.
you know, when you're born, you really don't have much of a choice as to which family you're born into. But once I realized that I was Greek and my family took me to Greece, I realized what an impact that the Greek culture had on the rest of the world. And when you go in school, you realize that the language and the architecture and a lot of the traditions that happen in the United States were from Greece. And it makes you have a sense of pride and appreciation. So I would like to wish everyone out there a happy Greek Independence Day.
He's a great guy. That's a great, terrific actor, Frank Takis from The Guiding Light.
From
Thank
The
you so
Guiding
much.
Light.
Yeah.
You know, it's so nice to be here today. As I'm watching all the people, look at how excited everybody is to be here.
Yeah.
And when I think of Greek families, anybody who has a friend who's a Greek family, they embrace you and they bring you in, and that is certainly the spirit here today.
It's our hospitality, and we want to share that in the final moments right now with both Nick and Mike, who've done a terrific job. Guys, your final thoughts on the 79th annual parade?
It didn't rain.
Exactly.
It didn't rain.
Just a little bit of wind. We did all right.
Yeah, how'd you like it first Greek Independence Day parade?
I loved it. I'm feeling blue. I think I earned my stripes
You
here.
did.
Yeah, we had a really good time.
And now that we get off there, we're going to have a shot of Ouzo together.
Exactly. But
Mike came over to my house a couple of years ago. We used to do this weatherman's party, and it was a Greek-themed party. So Mike had we had a little Ouzo together.
I did that. We had a little Ouzo, and I again have my stripes. I've got my blue suit, blue phone.
That's it. You're right in line with everybody. Well, it's been another
one
great
way.
parade, and we're glad to have been a part of it. Lots of memories for me again, because I've been doing this parade thing since I was a little boy. So Ernie and Nicole will take it back to you guys.
All right, Woodopolis out.
You guys are great. Watch out for that Ouzo that Nick's going to serve you. Yeah, I know about that.
Just one.
Yeah, Nicole, we have just had a wonderful time together, and it's a delight to have you on this
Thank
broadcast.
you. Efkaristo πολύ. Thank you,
πολύ.
everybody, for being here and watching today and watching everybody. I have to say, me agapi se όλους σας. I stole that from
Πολύ
Elena
ωραία.
Kanakaridis, me agapi.
Yeah, you like that,
I
right?
do. I like that.
Your family has been watching you today and very proud of the job that you've
Well,
done.
my
And certainly
mom
the
has
Greek
known you
community is very
forever.
happy. Thank you. We are so happy that you've been here. Ariana Savalas is going to sing it for us as we say goodbye. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Zito
Christos
Elas.
Anesti.
It's my honor to dedicate this to the Boy Scouts and our amazing men and women in the armed forces.
It must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine. That's your way. You always walked a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, and you were the one with all the strength. Beautiful face without a name for so long. Beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I wish I could be. I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. E con la ethos din cardiamo. Nak seri sero dinanithia. Vea toxero. Then I moon tipoda. Siste o irasmo. And the wind beneath my wings. If you are the wind beneath my wings, oh, the wind beneath my wings. You are the wind beneath my wings. Fly, fly away. You let me fly so high and high. Stay. Thank God for you, the wind beneath my wings. Thank you.